Hi folks, thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Greg and this is all about candles. I'm your self-proclaimed Canadian candle connoisseur. Now, I know that I promised you guys a Homeworks candle haul this weekend, but the powers of the universe completely conspired against that in multiple ways. For one thing, my Homeworks package has been delayed, and so those aren't going to be arriving until Monday. And on top of that, yesterday, Bath & Body Works dropped a ton of new candles, and I had the afternoon off, so I went into the store and went kind of wild. I have spent years cultivating my relationship with the manager that works at one of the Bath & Body Works locations that I go to, and she always gives me the hookup and always tells me that I cannot say her name or which store I got things from, but she got me a Firecracker Pop, which this is the first time Firecracker Pop is ever going to be released in Canada. It's got a really pretty blue wax. The scent notes on it are red cherry, fresh citrus, and juicy berry. I've always wondered why they don't release this one in Canada, you know? Like, we're doing the Black History Month candles, the Asian Heritage candles. Let's also celebrate 4th of July with our American friends and have some Firecracker Pop. Why not, right? Anyways, I'm gonna split this haul up into two videos because there is a lot to go through. So I'm gonna give it to you real good this weekend, and I'm gonna do the Asian Heritage candles today. And tomorrow I'm going to haul all of the other fun summer candles that I picked up. I really like the new Palo Santo Vanilla. The lid is really pretty on these. Got lots of cool stuff here, but I really want to focus on the Asian Heritage Month candles. In Canada, we're just calling it Asian Heritage Month. I noticed that on the US Bath & Body Works website, we're calling it Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. And I think it's great that Bath & Body Works is doing this. I think for a long time, a lot of us have really accused Bath & Body Works as being a faceless corporation, and I like the fact that they're giving a bit more of a personal touch and a cultural story behind some of their products. I noticed this little blurb on their website today. It says, "We're proud to support the American Chemical Society Scholars Program. As a part of a 3-year partnership in 2023, the Bath & Body Works Foundation donated $200,000 to support both the American Chemical Society Scholars Program and the ACS Office of Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, and Respect's mission. Celebrate Asian Heritage Month with an exclusive candle collection from perfumer Linda Song and designer Kenneth Cheam." So we have got roasted sesame, cherry blossom soju, ginger and hinoki, and bamboo and eucalyptus. Now, I don't believe for one second that these designers and perfumers are given complete creative control to do whatever they want. I think they are definitely having to work within certain parameters that they're given, and then probably present things and are given notes back and need to alter them further. I particularly feel bad for the designers who are clearly being told that they just need to have a pretty abstract design with a giant text box in the middle. If you will notice, the text box that we're getting here in Canada is even busier and wordier because we have both English and French quotes on ours. I'm not gonna say how I feel about that, but you might be able to tell by the expression on my face. Anyways, I really enjoyed, in February, there was the Black History Month collection, and I loved all of those candles. My Sweet Sisters was kind of a generic chocolatey gourmand fragrance, but Anna's Garden, Gwen's Note, and You, Me, and the Sea all really knocked it out of the park. You, Me, and the Sea was by far my favorite, and maybe it's in my top 10 favorite Bath & Body Works candles right now. One thing that I do like about this collection compared to the last is that this collection was all white wax, and this new collection has colored wax. And I really appreciate that. I think it adds a little extra pizzazz to the candle. But you know, my overall thoughts on this collection is that it's very nice. I got all 4 of them, and I'm not going to return any of them. However, spoiler alert, I don't think any of them will be repurchases for me. But at the same time, I'm happy to sort of support this program that Bath & Body Works is doing, and all of the candles are nice enough that I am looking forward to giving each of them at least one good go through, you know? So let's just get started right away here with Cherry Blossom Soju. The little note that we have from Linda's song, both the cherry blossoms and the Korean tradition of drinking soju are rooted in symbols of friendship and togetherness. In a gesture of friendship, I share a piece of my heritage with you. So sweet. And the scent notes say, bright cherry blossoms, jasmine, splash of soju. Now, soju is a clear, colorless, distilled alcoholic beverage. I've had it at Korean barbecue restaurants before. It's typically made from rice and has a slightly sweet taste. It's a little bit, I guess it's kind of similar to vodka, except it has a much lower alcohol per volume, I think. It's usually like a 15 to 20% proof. And to get a little bit more into the scent, what I really appreciate about this is that it's not an effervescent, synthetic, artificially flavored type of cherry. It's a cherry blossom, and there is a bit of a white floral in there. Now, the soju I'm not getting. To me, you'd think that the soju might give it a little bit of a sharpness or a maltiness, but I'm not getting that. This has the thick, ropey wicks on it. And I also noticed that there's a little bit of a dip in the wax pour here, which you see with Bath & Body Works candles once in a while. But it looks like you can see that there's a bit of an odd texture to the wax that you don't usually get. I'm not sure why that is, and I don't think it will affect the candle's performance, but we'll see. I think the black lids were kind of an odd choice. I think it would have just been nicer if each candle had a lid that corresponds more to the overall colored aesthetic. Maybe like a red lid for this one. The fragrance, as much as I appreciate that it's not like a candied candy cherry, it's not making me go wow either. Although I do like it, and it is quite pleasant, and it's a different cherry note than we've had from Bath & Body Works before. I think that this has the potential to be fairly different when it's burning, so I plan on burning these candles pretty quickly, and, you know, I will report back to you. Anyways, cherry blossom and soju. Overall, I like it. Okay, next up we have ginger and hinoki. I think that this might be my favorite of the 4 because I think it's the one that's most unique. And the quote from Linda's song says, I created this fragrance to evoke a sense of balance and harmony, infusing the calming warmth of hinoki with the fresh, uplifting vitality of ginger from India. I just love like all of the different sort of cultural references coming together in fragrance like this. I'm such a nerd for things like this. I like this one a lot. The scent notes are fresh ginger, hinoki woods, and orange zest. And on the top, to me, it's like a very bright, orange zesty situation. The middle note is that ginger, but it's not a really like sort of sharp, abrasive, like spicy ginger. It's a really almost like a soft cooling ginger. And then in the base, there's definitely that a bit of a wood note. I wouldn't necessarily, I don't think I'd be able to pick out that it is a Hinoki wood specifically being used in this, but there's definitely something there that balances it really nicely, a warm, woodsy sort of situation. I really like this one. This one is my favorite. I think that if I do end up repurchasing any of these, it will probably be this one. I'm liking it a lot. I'm not liking the black lid on this candle though. Even I think white lids would have looked better on this whole collection. This one has the thick ropey wicks, beautiful yellow wax. And once again, I don't think my camera is picking it up, but once again, there's a pretty big dip in the wax pour here. But I don't think that affects performance, and I'm excited to fire this one up. I think that I might crack open my Robert Jordan Wheel of Time book tonight and light this candle and pour a glass of wine and just have a really nice relaxing night in. I love that. I love this one. Okay, next up we have Roasted Sesame. I feel like this might be the most popular of the candles. This is the closest that we have to a gourmand fragrance. Look there's like an essay in the middle of this text box. French and English, my dears. I do like the signatures of Linda Song and Kenneth. I feel like it could have just said Roasted Sesame and then had their signatures in that nice sort of gold writing. And, you know, it could just say Roasted Sesame and give them their credits. We can get the scent note and the little story off of the website or whatever, you know? However, I still appreciate that Bath & Body Works is doing something a little bit more personalized and shining a light on some of their perfumers. Sweetened black sesame is at the heart of a traditional and historic Korean dessert, tok, that is very special to me. Like a carefully crafted fragrance, its creation is a true labor of love. I don't think I've ever heard of that dessert before, and I'm sure I haven't pronounced it correctly. I do apologize. The scent notes on this one are roasted sesame, toasted hazelnut, and sweet maple. Yeah, I like this one. It's very, very roasted. I'm getting something, yeah, hazelnut. I don't think I'm getting anything nutty from this. I definitely think I would point out the sesame scent to it, and the base is kind of a bit of a sweet, resinous, almost like a bit of an amber. I think that's what they're saying with the sweet maple, but mostly you're getting a really strong roasted note. This one, you know that like dark roasty note that Paris Cafe has? This is nothing like Paris Cafe, but there is kind of that almost crunchy, roasty to the point of almost being burnt note in here that makes me think of Paris Cafe. And overall, I like it. The wax is really pretty. This one also has the thick, ropey wicks. So it's anybody's guess as to how these are going to perform. I will get back to you for sure. And last but not least, we have the bamboo and eucalyptus. The scent notes on this one are bamboo, watery eucalyptus, and garden lime. And man, that lime really is overshadowing everything else. I'd say that this is the least balanced candle of the bunch. The one that I think is the most interesting, nuanced, and well-balanced is the ginger and hinoki. And I think the one that is the least nicely balanced is this one, the bamboo and eucalyptus. The top note of that lime is just so strong that you're not getting much else. I like the color of the wax, and this one has the thin core wicks, And it also doesn't look like this one, the wax is much more evenly poured and doesn't have the same sort of odd texture that I'm seeing in the cherry blossom. This is a very smooth pour with the thin core wicks, and so this might be the one that performs the best. I mean, we'll see. The little blurb that we have here is, in this fragrance, I celebrate the strength, symbolism, and tranquility of lush bamboo, a key element in Asian gardens and culture. I wish I was getting more bamboo. I know bamboo is not a strong scent note, but I wish that this was balanced a bit more with more of a botanical, garden-y vibe, because man, that lime just overpowers even the eucalyptus. If you have something that's overpowering the eucalyptus, bamboo is just lost in this. I wish that there was like, I love the fresh bamboo candle from Bath and Body Works. I wish that there was a little bit more of that fresh bamboo note in here to balance out that top lime that hits pretty hard. This is my least favorite of the bunch, but I don't hate it. Okay? I don't hate it. I'm gonna burn it. I don't love it. And that is how I feel about all of these. I really appreciate and respect the effort, but I wish that one of these candles, I wish that one or two of these candles was making me go, yay! You know, the ginger and Hinoki is my favorite of the bunch, but I'm still just not really jumping for joy over it. And I think that the last collection for Black History Month was a stronger collection, and I don't think that that is the perfumer's fault, and I don't think it's the designer's fault. I think that they are definitely having to work within certain parameters. These collections always kind of have something for everybody, something fruity, something zesty, something gourmandy. I think that it's a really valiant effort, and they are some of the more unique offerings that Bath & Body Works has given us for a little while, so I really appreciate that. Yeah, that's all I have for you today. I really appreciate you tuning in. I'm not going to post all of the individual links for these candles. You can all find your way to the Bath & Body Works site and buy them if you want. I always recommend going into a store to find them, to smell them first if you can. Bath & Body Works doesn't do a great job of shipping candles all the time, especially not up here in Canada. I almost never order candles online from Bath & Body Works, especially not if it's cold outside, because when it is cold outside, the candles freeze and the wax moves around in them and they always end up like a mess. So go into your Bath & Body Works and check out the display. I'll throw a little picture of it up that I took when I was in the store. I'd love to hear other people's thoughts. Let me know in the comments section below. Tomorrow I'm gonna have a bunch of new summer stuff to show you, and I'm gonna do part 2 of this Bath & Body Works haul, all right? Thank you so much for joining me. Like, comment, subscribe. I would love you for that. And until next time, let's burn some candles and bitch about it. Bye, folks.